Yes. So you'll be able to.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as it stands, it is the Springboks who are enjoying a slender lead. This with about 10 minutes left in this encounter. It's 23 to the Springboks, 17 to Australia. And of course, this is a revenge match for South Africa after they lost in Ellis Park last weekend. And of course, for South Africa, they are trying to make sure that they win the Nelson Mandela Challenge Cup. But it has been quite touch and go for the Springboks, which is why, in terms of analysis, I've decided to rope in fellow colleague Joe Guy. Yes, we'll know him for the latest in weather updates. He does that superbly, but he's also fantastic when it comes to rugby analysis. It's so good to see you right here in Randburg, of course, enjoying the match. Maybe let's just first start talking about the atmosphere.
Well, of course, the weather is nice in Joburg, but not so in Cape Town. It's been raining throughout the day. We had this cold front passing through, but at least the rain has stopped, but it looks like the pitch is pretty soggy.
And of course, we speak about those weather conditions that are affecting play. Both sides are affected by this wet pitch. But who do you think is adjusting better to the conditions?
It looks like the Wallabies are doing much better. Maybe they're used to the wet weather down under, but at least we are still leading at the moment.
But it really is touch and go, Joel, you know, as I said in that intro, because the Wallabies really seem to have clocked the Springboks, you know. Also, when we look at how defensively organized they are as well, it hasn't been easy for South Africans to actually penetrate.
Yeah, that's true. We had all those touch and go moments where we have the ball, we suddenly lose it, and so on. But yeah, it looks like the Wallabies are just putting up a brave fight.
And if it wasn't for those mistakes, as we hear the crowd cheering in the background, if it wasn't for those mistakes, we would have even had a larger margin, because we went into the halftime break leading by 10 points, and now that has been reduced to just 6.
Yeah, definitely. We lost many chances when we're almost close to the line and we just lose possession, and then we are now back into defending. Maybe we could have made use of those chances.
And of course, for the Springboks, a very worrying time because they've now slipped to third in the World Rugby rankings, and they said that they want to use this match to really try gain those important points. But it's also about pride. It's also about redemption. Do you really think they have it in them to do this?
I still believe in them. This past week, everyone was just hoping that come this Saturday, they will put on a different kind of play compared to what we saw last weekend. So I still believe after this game, they're going to sit down and maybe look back at what went wrong again.
Do you feel like maybe some of these teams are starting to understand the Springboks much more? It's almost like you know this team like the back of your hand.
Maybe not so much about the other teams, but possibly it's all on the box. Perhaps it's just complacence on our side.
Okay, so just before I let you go, because I know it's hotting up, about 7 minutes left in this encounter, just a quick score prediction. It's currently 23-17.
I think we're still gonna...
Joel, actually, I am apologizing. It's 23 South Africa, 22 Australia. So just 1 point that separates us.
I think we're going to hold it. It might be so close. It's just going to go to the wire.
It's definitely going to go to the wire. But of course, as Joel has said, it really is going to be very tight. At the moment, the Springboks are only leading by that solitary points. But we know these are the rugby champions, the Rugby World Cup champions. They've been able to do it on 4 occasions, back to back. And I can just tell you now that there has been a try that has been scored by Eben Etzebeth, which means that the Springboks are now leading 28 points to 22 as we approach the dying stages of this encounter. It definitely is going to go to the wire, but it looks like redemption is on the cards for South Africa.
All right, Xoli, thank you so much for that update. That is a Full View sports presenter there, Xoli Zondo, just giving us the latest coming out from the Greenpoint Stadium in Cape Town. And of course, really a nerve-wracking moment for the Springboks there.